A chilling trip near the infamous BunnyMan's bridge turns into a night of unimaginable horror and awakens an ancient evil. When two friends venture to the bridge on a Halloween dare, they encounter a real demonic figure straight from legend and barely escape with their lives. Now marked by the BunnyMan's curse, will they uncover the terrifying truth or become the creature's next victims? Hit like and subscribe if you dare hear this disturbing tale. Growing up near Clifton, Virginia, I'd always heard the urban legend of the BunnyMan. As a kid, the story terrified me to no end. But as I got older, I figured it was just a silly myth, a deranged man in a bunny costume terrorizing Lover's Lane. Nothing more than a creepy campfire tale. At least, that's what I thought until that fateful night. It was the end of October, almost Halloween. Me and my buddy Wyatt were hanging around Clifton, looking for some spooky seasonal fun. We were chatting with locals at a diner when one old man overheard us discussing the BunnyMan. He leaned in close, eyes intense. "You boys best stay away from the BunnyMan's bridge at night if you know what's good for you." Wyatt and I exchanged amused glances at the old-timer's sincerity. We politely thanked him for the warning and didn't think much else of it. Just more small-town folklore. But later that night, emboldened with liquid courage, we decided to head to the bridge where the BunnyMan was rumored to appear. See if we could spot anything weird. For fun, I even wore a goofy pink bunny hoodie I found at a thrift shop earlier. We parked at the trail leading under the bridge, chuckling nervously as we strode down the path illuminated only by our phones. Skeletal trees surrounded us on either side. Maybe old BunnyMan will show up and take a selfie with us, I joked. Wyatt grinned, though I could tell he was tense. The bridge loomed ahead, train tracks running over the path. It was deathly silent. Even the woods were hushed around us, not a cricket chirping. A faint acrid smell permeated the area. Wyatt nudged me, pointing. Spray painted on the concrete bridge supports was a message. "Turn back now." "Somebody's got a good sense of humor," I said, smirking. But an uneasy feeling trickled down my spine. That's when I spotted what looked like a severed rabbit's foot lying near the tracks. No blood or gore, but furry and real looking. Wyatt noticed it too. Our carefree attitude evaporated as we exchanged wary glances. "Okay, can we go now?" "This is freaking me out," Wyatt urged. I nodded. As we turned to leave, that's when I saw it. The figure emerging slowly from the bushes up ahead. Too tall and thin to be human. Inky black fur. A grotesque misshapen bunny head with one giant bloodshot eye fixed on us. Spindly clawed fingers flexing by its sides. My laugh caught in my throat. The humanoid creature stood silent, watching us. Hardly daring to breathe, I started backing away slowly, pulling Wyatt with me. Suddenly, it crouched down on all fours. A shrill inhuman shriek tore from its throat as it bounded toward us with lightning speed. Wyatt screamed. We spun around, sprinting back down the path. My hoodie flew off as a clawed hand swiped at me. Heavy footfalls pounded the dirt behind us. Darting through the trees, we spotted the car just ahead. The thing screeched again, closer behind us than seemed possible. A rancid stench hit my nose, like decay and damp fur. We dove into the car, doors slamming shut. As I jammed the keys into the ignition, the creature landed on the hood with a thud. Scrambling backwards, we locked eyes with the freakish thing peering through the windshield. Empty black holes boring right into our souls. It pressed its gnarled face against the glass, letting out an unnatural cry. The engine roared to life. I stomped the gas pedal hard, tires spitting dirt as we peeled off. The creature tumbled off the hood but immediately gave chase, bounding after the car on all fours. its giant bloodshot eye fixed on me as it ran, pleather bunny mask flapping in the wind. Inhumanly fast. My heart seized as it momentarily caught up, claws raking the trunk before we fishtailed away. Flooring it, we didn't stop till we hit the highway some 15 miles away, finally safe in the glow of streetlights. Catching our breath, neither of us could form words yet. What the hell did we just encounter? It couldn't have been human. Returning home, we were relieved to find no signs of the thing having tracked us. But the image of its grotesque bunny visage was seared into my mind. In the light of day, it seemed absurd. We must have imagined it, worked up by the spooky legend. But then I noticed the fresh claw marks scoring the car's paint. Wyatt showed me the tattered back of his jacket, more claw slices. There was no denying what happened was real. I became consumed with figuring out the true legend of the BunnyMan. Online research turned up gruesome old records, unsolved murders, asylum escapes, rituals using blood and rabbits. Something evil lurked in those Virginia woods, wearing the face of a deranged bunny as it stalked its prey. I knew we should leave it alone. But that terrible curiosity drew me back again just before Halloween. Just one last look, in the safety of daylight. Nearing the bridge, my skin prickled with unease. The severed rabbit's foot still lay on the path. No signs of the creature. Then I glimpsed my discarded pink hoodie wadded up beneath the bridge, stained with dirt. Heart thumping, I crept over to grab it. As I leaned down, a foul chemical smell overwhelmed me. My head spun and vision blurred. Sinking to my knees, I looked up right into that nightmarish bunny visage hovering over me. Hands clasped my throat, choking as I blacked out. I awoke after dusk, propped against a tree near the path. No one around. Inspecting myself, I found crude bandages had been applied to my scraped elbows and knees. The pink hoodie lay neatly folded next to me. Then I lifted my hand to my face and recoiled in horror. A small worn bunny mask had been slipped over my head. I tore it off frantically and cast it away. Stumbling to my car on shaky legs, I puzzled over why the creature had let me go unharmed. Glancing back, I shuddered seeing that single massive eye watching me from the dark woods. Peeling out, I knew I could never return. I had become part of its legacy now. Marked and forever linked to the ancient evil that dwelled beneath that bridge, wearing the skin of the BunnyMan. For weeks after, I'd jolt awake from the same nightmare, finding myself in those woods after dark, the towering demonic figure lurking behind every tree, wearing its tattered mask. Sometimes, I still glimpse its shadow when I pass by dark windows at night. Some piece of its madness within me now. A brush with darkness that I'll never fully escape. So heed the old-timer's warning, if you know what's good for you. Don't go seeking phantasms that are better left unknown. And never roam near BunnyMan's bridge after night falls. Because the legend is true that twisted hybrid of man and beast still roams those Virginia woods. And you don't want to meet the fury that waits in its one bloodshot eye once the sun goes down. Some legends can never die. Only spread their evil. And I'll always be bound to the curse of the BunnyMan.